I'm gonna tell y'all like this: the remakes don't carry the weight that God of War carried. I'm gonna say it one more time just in case some people missed it. Remake games, remade, remastered games does not carry the same weight that God of War carried. The reason why is because people are not turned up and hyped about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't carry the same weight. You're not gonna remember. They're gonna announce it and then you're gonna forget about it in a few days. But you're not gonna forget about God of War. You're not gonna forget about Uncharted. You're not gonna forget about Horizon. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we need to make more sequels. We need to make part 2s, 3s, 4s to these games. But Sony don't want to announce it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to spend the money. They're too cheap. Because we already know, man. Sony is always have been good at lying, stealing, cheating, being greedy, and grimy and low down to their own fan base. And that is just sad, bro. Now, note, it does say that Resident Evil 4 is coming to PS4, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Now, note one thing. Some of them are going to be exclusive and some of them are going to be timed exclusive. I don't really rock with exclusive games that I feel like should be multi-plat games. Exclusive nothing. Exclusive content, exclusive DLCs, timed exclusive. I don't like that because I feel like it's holding gaming. That's what's holding gaming back. It's not the consoles. It's the studios and the developers, and they're doing these little backdoor deals. That's what's holding gaming back, and they're blaming the wrong thing. So that basically it can take our focus and attention off the things that we should be focused on. These are all these little time exclusive deals and exclusive deals that I'm hearing about. I don't care for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that hurts gaming. Resident Evil 4 was on GameCube, Nintendo GameCube, and Nintendo Wii. Why they coming to those consoles? Why they coming to the Switch? You see what I'm saying? See how Sony keep doing all these little backdoor exclusive deals? Why they coming to those though? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's the? Oh my goodness, I can't with Sony, bro. I can't with Capcom, Square Enix, Konami, all these other studios that want to do these little exclusive deals, and they're locking these games down to one plastic box. And then the studios want to complain when they can't make part 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s. Do you get what Sony is doing? Sony is the most backstabbing company in the gaming industry. If it's not benefiting them, they're not gonna have nothing to do with you. Once this game flatlines and make all the money it's made, we may not. What if we don't ever get another Resident Evil? You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, if I were Xbox, I wouldn't even want to work with them no more. I'd be like, okay, keep all your games. We're gonna start building our own games. We're probably gonna go off and do some games with Sega. We're gonna bring back some virtual fighters. You know, we're gonna bring back other games. If you don't want to give us fighting games, we're probably gonna go with Tekken. Work with Tekken. You know, Mortal Kombat. Bring back Midway. Bring back that NFL game Blitz stuff. Remake stuff like that. Remaster and remake stuff like that. Since these companies obviously don't care about Nintendo, PC, and Xbox and cloud gaming, since they just want to make it exclusive to Sony, you make sure Sony's going to pay all of your bills, keep your lights on, put food on your table. That's what you better make sure of, because once that game flatline and dies off and make it way next to what Google Stadia in the gaming graveyard, RIP, dead. You just remember this when you make that game exclusive to one plastic box. To all those gaming studios and developers, you little ponies, little My Little Ponies, thanking you all that in a bag of chips. You remember that, man. On making all these little Resident Evil, Silent Hills, Final Fantasy, all of them exclusive. They're not gonna be bigger than God of War. So you remember that. Now, Capcom, these little exclusive deals that y'all over there doing at these studios, doing these little backdoor shady deals behind Xbox back. You know the Resident Evils of the world, the Silent Hill 2s of the world, the Final Fantasies of the world. I just gotta speak on it. I'm just touching on the topic. You know what I'm saying? It's just my opinion. I don't know if a lot of other people feel that way, but a person that's just I root for everybody. I'm not really cool with locking games that should be, to me, a multi-plat game by now. It shouldn't be exclusive. These type of games shouldn't be locked down to one plastic box. And eventually they're gonna double dip and send it to PC. And we're gonna start off with Resident Evil. I remember back in the day, I had Resident Evil. I think I had Resident Evil 1 and 2. And then, I kind of fell out of the franchise. I wasn't really, too big on it. It was cool. They had the little cutscenes, like you would walk. It was on PS1, I think. You would walk and then it would do like a picture. You know how a picture flash would flash and then it would go to the next scene? That's how Resident Evil used to be back in the day. But now they changed it. It's not like that no more. But those days were true. Those AAA, what we would call those back then. Those AAA bangers back in the day. So now this whole exclusive deal, everything needs to be exclusive on Sony side, that they feel like is a remake. For some odd reason, it's just gonna be pretty much exclusive to the PS5 and PC. I don't know if these remake games are gonna come to PS4 because of so-called the hardware, and it's not going to be able to keep up with the frame rate resolution. And if they do so, want to choose to put ray tracing on it, but it demands ray tracing demands so high of a chip that I don't think the PS5 is really going to be able to push it like that. But PC can do it. So like, I want to jump into how I feel about the whole entire studio's doing these little backdoor, shady, greedy, grimy little exclusive deals with Jim Ryan. Old Lion Jim Ryan. It's all him. They're doing everything. Those Decepticons are doing everything to stay the market leaders, behind Xbox back. Now they're making all of these exclusive deals, right? Silent Hills, Resident Evil. They're gonna make them exclusive or timed exclusive. I don't know. But I'm hearing exclusive. That's all I hear. I don't hear. Sometimes you never know with Sony. The deals that they do, they lock stuff down to it will come to PC, and the only reason why it's coming to PC is because they're forced to. Now let that be known. It's not because they wanted to. Sony ain't never. This is the new Sony that's in charge. This is Jim Ryan in charge. They ain't never really wanted it to come to PC, but they have to double dip because they're losing too much money. They lost too much money from all the lawsuits, from all that karma that built up over time that they've been doing. All these little bad, nasty deals. Like, Sony is not the company that you should follow. I just want to throw that out there. Because they don't do business right. And I don't have a problem with PlayStation. Like, some people may think, they may read the title or something. Dang, man, this man really hate PlayStation. No, it ain't. I grew up on PlayStation, but this ain't the same PlayStation. I have a problem with Sony. I'm mad at Sony how the way that they run their company. All these little exclusive deals don't make sense to me. Now, how are you saying you're for the gamers, you believe in generations, but somehow you do this little backdoor deal with Capcom? And Square Enix is another one. with the Final Fantasies, they're coming out of pipeline. I think it's Final Fantasy 7 that they're going to remake with those CGI cutscenes that they're ripping their own fan base off with. You know, like you want to make these CGI cutscenes, but you want to remaster the game and say that you rebuilt it when all you did was copy and paste and just bring a developer in to pretty much copy the same exact cutscene but make it look better. Have you ever? We can go back to PS1. Now PS1, like say for instance, when it first come on, something like Tekken, when they have like a fighting scene and you see that CGI, you be like, oh wow, this game looks awesome. And then you get in the game, the actual gameplay, and it looks like Atari. You be like, what? Well, how did it switch from that's what I mean by it looks like a CGI cutscene and then it gets to the actual gameplay and it just look remade or remastered. It look remastered. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't actually look like they rebuilt the entire game to look like that. You know? Now note, I'm not knocking the game because the game is going to look incredible. But a lot of these cutscenes, to me, they look CGI. They don't look like they even worked on it. Like they're saying that they built ground up. Like it just don't feel. It feels like it's some lying, shady stuff going on with this whole entire remake thing. And I'm not with it. And I think that one day they're going to get exposed for that. They're going to be like, man, these games ain't really rebuilt like they're saying they've been rebuilt. And we can even go back and take The Last of Us. A lot of people don't feel like that game was fully rebuilt, especially with the mechanics. Everything was pretty much the same. Like I said before, they still took the remastered version, probably boosted the resolution and frame rate a little bit, added a little more detail. Yeah, the landscape looked beautiful and everything, but the cutscenes look CGI. That's a big jump from the actual gameplay, the way it looked with these remakes. With this remake station, with that SSD ray tracing, so called that we ain't really seeing that SSD kick in overdrive like we've been asking on some other games. we ain't gonna call too many of them out, but they're capped off at 30 FPS for some odd reason. I don't know. PS5, you're charging a little more. You're boosting. You're charging more for these consoles, but they're underperforming. That is making a lot of gamers mad out here in these gaming streets. And those Decepticons at Sony are trying to persuade people, make them feel like trying to manipulate the fan base because they know they got the ponies. They know they got the fanboys on deck. I'm talking about boatloads, truckloads, millions and millions of fanboys. Millions upon millions. The market leaders. You know how many people, you know how many AAA bangers they brought out now that brainwash people that is the direction that Sony is going to continue to go forever. And now they're kind of slowly letting everybody down. It's like, okay, now we're going backwards. Yeah. So are we just going to continue to focus on graphics, resolution, and frame rate? Or are we going to get back into developing more IPs moving forward into the generation, bringing back part 2s and 3s and 4s to games that we want to see move forward, not just remakes? You get what I'm saying? If it makes sense, like, okay, they look beautiful, but we want to see gameplay. We don't want no more canceled shows because you're focusing on the whole Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal. We don't want to see that, Sony. What are you doing? You are letting your fan base down. When I see all these remakes announced, all I can think about is visuals, graphics, frame rate, resolution. I don't see it moving forward because it's not like you're going to get a cookie for that, because it's like the game have already been designed. All you're doing is just putting lipstick on it. Dropping those CGI trailers in there, dropping those CGI cutscenes in there. So it's like, okay, you're cheating your way to I never seen no other console can get away with this. I don't even think Nintendo can get away with this. cheating your way to the top and you're already at the top. That's why I say they're not being creative. They're not being innovative. They're not being motivated and pushed. They are not pushing their developers to a new height to make them compete at a level that the fan base, the gaming community wants to see them compete at. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And the more and more, bro, the more and more we ask them to do certain things like, hey, focus on PlayStation Plus Premium, they go in a different direction every time they announce something else. Or we're going to announce a new controller, elite controller. Hey man, can you bring more value? Can we do some day ones? Oh, we're finna bring out some more remakes. Like what? That's not even. And I know I cannot be the only person that's thinking like, what is Sony over there doing? Like, are they even in touch with their fan base? Do they even listen to them? I know they have to have little ponettes and little My Little Ponies reporting back to Jim Ryan, telling them what's going down in these gaming streets. You cannot tell me, bro, Jim Ryan ain't heard it all. I'm pretty sure he have. The emails, the people blowing his phone up. Hey, bro, hey, man. We want to see us moving. You say you believe in generations. No. You believe in this remake station. This plastic box. You want to lock everybody down. You want to gatekeep and lock everybody down to a plastic box because you want to protect that $70 price tag. You want to raise the price on the PS5. You want to bring out new controllers, but you don't want to focus on bringing us more value on the PlayStation platform. The brand PlayStation is slowly dying because of Jim Ryan. He's not focusing, and it's so simple. It is so simple. It is so simple. He only have to do one thing, and that's day ones and bring value to PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud Gaming on PC, and somehow push it over to mobile. You have 95% of people on their mobile phones that game. You have 1.6 billion Japanese gamers right now ready to jump into the ecosystem if you would just focus on day one games on PlayStation Plus Premium. Uncle Phil over there at Xbox is already doing it. He's already over there at Japan shaking hands and making friends. The green team is about to be winning come next year. So they're going to let them have their little, cloud chasing that they're doing over there on that PS5, that plastic box. Have the little remakes. Maybe it is time for a new leader. Maybe it is time that Xbox take over the gaming industry. I think it's time because the reason why I say I feel like it's time because obviously Sony don't care about it anymore. Only thing they care about is money. So they don't actually care about gaming. This has became the most greediest industry. Well, I can't say industry. Because Nintendo and Xbox, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. Sony is the stubborn one, the cocky one, the arrogant one, the one that just looks down on their own fan base, the ones that steals from their fan base, the one that jack prices up, jack rates up, and do all this other stuff and hype you all up and you turned up for some good news when the showcase comes and then you get let down. No gameplay for God of War. No gameplay for Spider-Man 2. No new CGI trailers for Wolverine. Nothing. Nothing but a middle finger. And that's BS, man. That's bullcrap. Why do you need to be the market leader anymore, Sony? Like, really ask yourself that. What's the point? Please pass the torch over to Xbox. Just allow the deal to go through. Because you don't want it. You don't care about, only thing you care about is money. If the only reason why you want to be the market leader at the top is due to money, it's not going to work this generation. It's not going to work this generation. And I'm sorry some of those fanboys and ponies are going to be hurt, but it's true. We do need a new market leader, bro. Whether it's Nintendo or Xbox or PC. Because PC is the new PS5. So whoever needs to be at the top, whatever cloud gaming service, whatever company, man, they need to just let them go ahead and remove Sony from the top, put them at second, third, fourth, whatever. They don't care about nothing but money anyways. How do you want somebody to stay the market leader and they're not delivering? Only thing they're gonna deliver us this whole entire generation is maybe 1 or 2 AAA bangers a year that I know for a fact you guys did not pay for that. I mean, you have so many fans are switching over. So many frustrated fans are switching over, saying their piece, giving their thoughts, their opinions on why they feel like my PS5 is just going to collect dust this generation. Because they like, man, I'm not turned up. I'm not hyped. They ain't bringing out nothing lit that I want to play. They're just doing remakes. They're not excited. You know how many people got a PS5? They're just like, man, it's not like PS4. It's not giving you that we believe in generation. It's not something about the PS5. It's something like suspect. You're suspicious about it. You're skeptical. You like, it's a good console. It's a overhyped console. You know, it's like, okay, I'm hyped for God of War, but then I'm not, because after God of War, it's like, now what else? We're gonna have this long season that we're gonna have to rely on multiplats and indie games over there on the platform. They're not doing day ones, but then they go back and say, okay, we're gonna do day ones for PC. But what day ones are you talking about? Like stuff like God of War, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, or I think they're talking about stuff like that. So it's like, we're gonna need a little more. We're gonna need some multiplats on day 1 too as well. We're gonna need Sony to dig deep into their pockets and show us something that they actually care about the fan base. They're gonna have to do something to show me Jim Line Ryan. He's gonna have to do something to show me that he cares about his fan base. They're gonna have to do some upgrading to the PlayStation Plus premium service. They're gonna have to start giving away things. They're gonna have to start doing something to show us appreciation, especially if you're saying you're gonna make 30 million consoles come next year, and you want us to be turned up for what? What is the future? VR? You're pushing out, so you're gonna push out 30 million VRs? Because that's the only thing that I can see, but I don't know how many people are gonna be, turned up for that. Like, okay, all right, yeah, I rocks with that VR. Somebody told me they feel like they wasted their money on the first one. It was like, bro, I wasted my money. I wish I would have never got it. Because what they do, they'll bring it out for a season and then it'll just die off. They won't, if it don't sell good or something. I remember they did that with the was it the PlayStation Move and the Connect, where Xbox had to connect things like that, little motion, little 3D games and all that stuff. It don't stick around. It don't stay around a long time. Now for Facebook, it may stick around a long time because they feel like that's the direction that Facebook want to go in. That metaverse, that 3D VR, like that's their direction. Sony should give that to Facebook. Xbox should give that to Facebook and somehow merge Game Pass and PlayStation, Plus Premium to Metaverse. I think that right there would be a real good idea that they would do that, because think about it, if they do it that way, those VRs, they won't die off real fast. Like a lot of people feel like, dang man, if I get this, it's gonna die off in a year. That's just my opinion, bro. And I know I went in a whole nother direction with this video. But I'm gonna make it up on the next one though, man. I really want to talk about the whole, remakes and remasters on Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But that's just some stuff that was on my mind. Like the reason why I get off topic, because I go to thinking, what is Jim Ryan over there doing? Is he just really in his office, just thinking of new ways? How can I rob and steal from my own fan base all day long, every day? But I'm gonna leave it right there, man. And we're gonna jump into some more topics, man. And we're gonna continue to not listen to the fanboys and ponies, because they are hyping stuff up that shouldn't be hyped up. And that's why this This generation is going down a remake generation. Everything is being announced, remade, remastered. So I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And if you would like to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem, the Xbox ecosystem, only if you have a PC, and if you like to rent games, just click the links down below in the description. Thank you. Peace.